Welcome back. This is day 3 of my journey to financial freedom. I'm happy to say that today is another green day. I'm up $5.19. The drawback is that I started the day with 1 share, and then as the day progressed, I moved up to 10 shares, which is okay. I think it's important to adapt to changing market conditions. The beginning of the week and even last week, we had some really clean price action and a lot of strength in the moves. But today, buyers seem to be a little bit finicky and taking profits very quickly. So it was difficult to really get any upward momentum. So I'm looking at the chart right now. I'm looking at is the first trade I took today. As you can see, look at all the topping tails on these candle wicks. It's just showing how how quick people are to take profit, and how cautious they are to buy in. So all of these candles, I kind of sat on the sidelines here, but once we saw the strength of this candle, these lines right here, it was really hard to find risk and reward. We had a few bounces off the 21 EMA, and what really caught my attention that made me want to buy in was this stretch of candles right here. It was pretty cleanly bouncing off of the 9 EMA. So it rips up on this candle right here. It finds a bottom, and I bought it for 38. Let me check. I have a screen with all of my all the trades I took today, so I'm going to be referencing that. I bought it 438. 438. Okay, so I bought it. The candle opens here. It sells off. So these are, people are taking profit. And when it gets back up, I buy it at 438. And in the same candle, I sell it at 440. Let's see exactly, 444. So I got my first trade was 6 cents a share, and then after I sold, it sold off, and there really wasn't any more momentum in this stock. So trade number 1, we're green, we broke the ice on the day, and all right, I'm feeling pretty good. That was at 724. Nothing else is really in play for about a half an hour, and at 7:53 we have another stock pop up on the scanner, ZDAI. Okay, ZDAI. The news was Webull is not showing me what the news was. Let's see if I can pull up chart watchers.
AGMH, NIQ, IRD,
CDAI. Okay. The headline was that the short interest in this stock declined. So I guess that shows people that that whoever was shorting the stock in the past, they took their short positions out, and the buying pressure could be the reduction in shorts, because to cover you have to buy, and then additionally it just signals to traders that the stock is strengthening and it may begin an uptrend. So I took my first trade at 7:53.48. Let's see if we can find that on the... Okay, 53. Okay, I think I'm going to look at this on the 10-second chart. Oh, wow. All right, let me pull up the 10-second. I like to use something called multi-chart alignment. I like the 1-minute chart, the 5-minute chart, and the 10-second chart to kind of align. So how how we're winning in the stock here is we're buying when like multiple groups of people are all kind of seeing the same buy signal at the same time. So you want the people looking at the 5 minute chart to be seeing their signal, the 1 minute chart to be hitting their signal, and the 10-second chart. So when all of these forces align, you've got everyone on your side. And that is a good time to buy. That you know that things are going to go well if you can get multi-chart alignment. So one of the things that I'm looking for is a buy signal. Um, all right. Bought it 53.48. All right, that is in this candle here, probably right at the end of this candle, or yes, right at the end of this candle. I bought in at 338. No, 438. What was that? Okay, so my order executes kind of at the top of this candle. I'm guessing actually I bought lower and I got a bad fill. And then I actually lost on this trade. I lost 15 cents. I think what happened is I got some slippage on the fill, and then on this candle, like it opened up and it went red, and I think I put in a stop loss because yesterday one of my problems is I wasn't selling. It's like, there's another YouTuber I watch. He uses a theory called breakout or bailout. If his stock doesn't jump right away, or if it starts to drop right when he buys it, he'll get out of the trade. So I practiced breakout or bailout today, and I sold at a little bit of a loss. I think at this point I was still green on the day, a few cents. It's fine. Um, and then, I traded this thing about 10 times. I overtraded it. Um, I think I bought this dip here, and again, it went down. I think I tried to buy another dip here. Uh, yeah, at the end of the trade, I ended up being just about break even on this thing. Didn't really have any big gains or losses. I guess what I could have done differently is definitely on this candle I should have stopped trading it. I traded this thing from 724 all the way to 757. Yeah, so I was still trading it. So I started the trade here. I kept trading the same symbol all the way to here, you know. So in hindsight's always 2020, but in hindsight, uh, I should have quit taking trades on it when it lost the 9 EMA here. And if we look, once it lost the 9 EMA, right at this level, it never recovered that level the whole day. Let's see, on the 10-second chart, the loss of the 9 happened at $3.74. This is a 5-minute chart. Yeah, this level, no, it never got that level back. Alright, so this review is good for me. Alright, next trade, QUCY. This is, I've traded QUCY in the past, and I have just never done well on it. I don't know why. Something about the price action on this stock. I despite it having, a 60-70% move, I found a way to lose money on it. I managed to lose money on this stock. It's okay. I think it was about 20-30 cents. Again, not a big deal. I think the important thing is sticking to my stop loss. So we had a fill at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock and 39 seconds. So when is that exactly? All right, so we had a fill here. At $1.82. Yeah, so I bought this dip here. It pops up on my scanner. Um, this initial, this is kind of what it looked like when I'd first seen it. These candles are just huge. So why I didn't buy it on this dip is that there's a rule that you don't buy you don't buy a dip if it drops more than 50 cent of like the initial rising candle. So I didn't buy that dip. I bought this dip here. So it opens green, it dips, and I end up, I set my stop loss and I ended up selling the stock at a 4 cent loss during these two candles. All right. So I think at this point I actually went right on the day on this stock. And I kind of got upset, started the day up. I was up, 15, 20 cents, and then I gave back on the next trade, and then I gave back here again on the third trade, three tickers, and now I'm red. So I got a little flustered. And then 801, 801 exactly. We actually got a winning trade, and I think I brought myself back up into the green. Okay, 801, we buy the stock at $1.76 and we sell at 90, and that's a 24-cent gain. Okay. Yeah, so I basically played this whole candle here. I was able to make a 20-cent gain on this candle here. 24 seconds later, I jump in again at this candle where I buy at $1.90. I buy at this level, and then I'm able to sell at $2.04, which is another 15-cent gain. So I'm up almost $1 at this point. I sell at the top of this candle into the push. And then at 132, so I took a lot of trades on this really quickly. 132, I buy at $2.12. So I bought this dip here, and I sell it at 224. That's another 9-cent gain. Yeah, I know I was really, patting myself on the back at this point. What I should have realized at this point is I don't want to overstay my welcome and overtrade, and that's exactly what I did here. I don't know why that wasn't good enough for me. I'm like, I think in a few videos ago I said that a mistake that I make personally is I try to play the entire run. I try to catch the whole move, just playing every dip, and it bit me in the butt. We're gonna see here in a minute. I got bit in the butt. Okay, at 145, I think right here on this candle here, I get another buy and sell order on the same candle for a 2-cent gain. And then, all right, 802.41. This is where things really go south for me. All right. This is what happens when I overtrade. A dip becomes a reversal. At some point, the dip becomes a reversal, and that's... I think I went right on the day after this. Let's see how this played out. I bought at 249 on this candle. I bought at 249 right here. And then at 253, so let's see what time that is. On this candle, I bought at 249 and I sold at 236. That is a 17-cent loss. So I buy this candle, 249. I think it opens here, dips down, shoots back up. Slippage. I likely bought as soon as this thing, it dipped, came back up into the green. I bought, filled at 249. And then right on the opening of the next candle, boom, tanks. I sell at 236 down here. So this is a mix of slippage, and this thing This is deceptive. Again, these candles are deceptive. It went so fast. This is a 10-second candle. So in 10 seconds, this thing just tanked, and I got out. Now, what was I thinking? Why didn't I... This was more than a 50% drop of the last candle, right? More than 50%, say that's the top of the candle. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Even if you look at this candle here, it's got a 50% wick on it. Just in the moment, I got overconfident, zealous. I was so green. I'm like, I have so much profit. You know, I got room to boogie here. But that's not the end of the story. Let's keep going. 237. Wait, no. 80303. Okay. We're looking at this candle here. So it opens here. I think it was kind of doing one of these things where the candle bounces back and forth and can't make a decision. You know, I guess what I was thinking in the moment, it was still in an uptrend, right? It was still, at the time I bought it, it was still uptrending, right? So it was bouncing off of this trend line. And I bought, but it went back down. And at 803.28, so I held it for about 30 seconds. I sold it at 237, so I actually did make a 1 cent profit on it, on that trade. But I didn't stop trading it. I kept trading it. 803.28. I bought in again. So it's like I bought it here, held it for 30 seconds, sold it, and then I bought right after. And that one was for, let's see here. I bought it 237. And then so 237 to 245. So I actually did make some of the money back on here. I bought it here, sold it here. But at this point, we're hitting a downtrend. I really needed to identify that there was a reversal. Like looking at the chart now, you can see that this thing is reversing. And in the moment, I didn't see it. So I made a few more buys. I bought at 245 and sold at 244. Then I bought at 213 and sold at 203. And then I made another quick buy at 203 and sold at 194. And at this point, I'm pretty much break even on the day. So I traded ZDAI. This doesn't look like a... Oh, here. Pops up on my scanner. I tried to play this run here. Didn't work out well. I bought it at 352 and sold at 324. This is about a 30-cent loss. I think I went from break even to down 30 cents. I don't know. CNVS. I tried to play CNVS. I don't really know why. The float was too big on CNVS. The float, I guess it's only 17 million, but still it's quite a bit. It really wasn't that big of a deal. I bought it at 292 and sold it at 285. Somewhere around here. And then SKYQ. We traded SKYQ a lot. See, I shouldn't have taken this trade. Like I saw this, you know, I saw it jump up, slam back down, and then it rose back up, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe we can get, we can break this this resistance here. So I played this candle, and I really think I lost about 8 cents a share here on this candle. So I went from negative 30 cents, and I'm digging myself a hole, and I'm down 38 cents. We're just gonna look at one more trade. Like, okay, so how did I get from down 30 cents down to 60 cents, maybe even $1? How did I get from down $1 to up $5? You know, how did that happen? Well, this is how it happened. I played a VWAP reclaim. I talked about in a few videos ago that short sellers will load up on VWAP. So oftentimes when a stock loses VWAP, it doesn't ever recover from it, or not in a meaningful way. But if buyers can push through VWAP, sometimes you get these explosive moves, right? And oftentimes what this is shorts covering. And then like they reload, like they cover and reload. Here again, like VWAP is oftentimes, it acts in both directions. It can be support. If it's trending above VWAP, it can be support. But if it's trending below VWAP, it acts as resistance. So I played this VWAP break. I think I got in for this touch. It rejected. I got out. I played the 9, thinking, okay, let's see if we can get more energy here. Boom, blasts through VWAP, bounces off of support, launches back up again, and I made, $2 or $3 on this trade, which was great. It's amazing. I think I sold before the opening bell, and I played it a few times, from here to here, and I was able to, make a decent amount on it. And a lot of it is just me buying these support levels, buying VWAPs, the 9 EMA, the 21 EMA. This is what I did today. So I wasn't as disciplined as I would like to have been. When I started moving, I know I said at the beginning of the video, I moved from 1 share to 10 shares. It was, just about, it was back here for the break here. Fine. I think if I had continued that 1 share instead of the 10 shares, if we move this back, I'd only be up 50 cents. That's fine. What I like about trading 10 shares instead of 1 share is one of the strategies is like you want to play, like say I'm up $5 right now. I could pick like a little bit cheaper of a stock. Let's say LICN. Let's look at LICN. Like right now, I wouldn't buy this right now, but just for the example, LICN is only 93 cents. So I could buy, 3 shares of this, and even if it went to 0, I'd still be green on the day. So a lot of times what a strategy someone will use is they'll trade with the profits and try to, make more profit. And if I'm just buying 1 share, that's impossible. You know what I mean? But with 10 shares, no, I could, if I wanted to keep trading today, I could, push it, use that $5 as my budget to try to, squeeze a few more cents out of the market. This video has been a little bit heavy on analysis. I definitely overtraded, so I'm not ready for to move past 10 shares, but I think one share was a little too limiting. Because sometimes with one share, when it starts to drop, 30, 40 cents, it's nice to, in my mind, think that, oh, I'm going to treat this like it's a full position size, but sometimes I'll just let it go. Like today, I went to the bathroom while I was in a trade and came back, and I if I had $1,000 in the trade, I'd never do that. So I'm gonna step it up to 10 shares, and I know it's gonna magnify my losses and magnify my gains, but I still $10 is not gonna make or break my account. Again, my account is healthy. We're still over 4K. Um, yeah, so if I move up to 10 shares, not a big deal. We're talking, 20 between a $20 and maybe $100 buy-in. I don't really trade stocks that are over $10. Like if I start trading at 2 and then it runs up to 10, maybe I buy it at that point. But well, thanks for joining me. Thanks for your support. I apologize if this wasn't as entertaining as some of my last videos. Um, this is Brian, signing off.